In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use variables in a Notion formula to make your database formulas cleaner and easier to manage. If you work with Notion databases and formula properties, your formulas can quickly become long, repetitive, and difficult to read. That's where variables can help. They let you store a value or calculation once, give it a clear name, and then reuse it later in the same formula. This makes your setup easier to understand and much simpler to update. To get started, open a Notion database that already includes formula properties or create a new one if needed. Once you're inside the database, find the formula property you want to work with. You can either edit an existing formula property or create a brand new one depending on what you're trying to build. When the formula editor opens, look at your formula and identify any value or calculation that gets repeated. Instead of writing that same logic again and again, store it in a variable. This is especially useful for things like repeated number calculations, date logic, or text conditions. The goal here is to reduce clutter and make the formula easier to follow. As you create the variable, give it a clear and descriptive name. A good variable name should tell you exactly what it represents at a glance. That way, if you come back to the formula later, or if someone else needs to review it, the logic will still be easy to understand. Clear naming is one of the most important habits when working with formulas because it prevents confusion and makes troubleshooting much faster. After that, use the variable later in the same formula wherever that value or calculation is needed. This helps keep the formula cleaner, more organized, and less repetitive. It also reduces the chances of making mistakes because if you need to update that logic, you only need to change it in one place rather than in multiple parts of the formula. Once your formula is set up, test it using sample entries in your database. Try a few different examples so you can see how the formula behaves under different conditions. This is an important easy step because even a well-organized formula can still return unexpected results if the variable is defined incorrectly. If the result isn't what you expect, go back and adjust the variables. Check the stored value or calculation carefully and make sure the variable is being used correctly later in the formula. With a few small adjustments, you can usually fix the issue and end up with a formula that's both accurate and much easier to maintain.